I truly believe that when Elon bought Twitter and canned all those people, renamed it to X, when he fired like 90% of the employees or some shit like that, that was the start of the trend. And it's just going to get more and more and more as Grok 4 and Grok 5 and whatever, all AIs start getting better and better and better. Let's look at Microsoft here. So Microsoft came out and they said they are going to lay off 6,000 people. And then, all of a sudden there's like a second wave of 9,000 people. And it's just going on and on and on. Performance based, and you can't hit your targets, or AI takes over your job. Any kind of excuse. But it's really all about profits and shareholders. When all the nitty-gritty, it's when you bring down everything, it's about shareholder, and they call it shareholder value. They cannot show 1 or 2 or 3 quarters of losses. No. Need to keep that Microsoft stock market going up. There's an article, Microsoft layoffs announced for the 5th month in a row. So initially at the start of the year, they have, now we're just going to do like maybe 6,000 people. That was, when was that? That was in June. June was like the first layoffs. June. June, July, August, September, 4 or 5 months. So, May. They are already on 15,000 people. And then they make it, well, it's only small, it's 4% of our people. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. The more they invest in AI, the more they are going to let people go. Wow. This is crazy. And these are just the tech sectors that I'm starting to look at. Oracle, Intel, Microsoft. We'll look at some non-tech sectors also. But let's look at some of these clips about Microsoft.
Remember last week when I told you guys Microsoft was about to lay a bunch of people off? Well, they made an announcement today. They didn't just lay them off. They are terminating up to 9,000 people globally for performance-based reasons. No severance. So they doubled down. They didn't just do a layoff. They're terminating people. Y'all go find yourself a small private company to work for, because these corporations are out of control.
Yeah, but now your small private company has to compete against a NVIDIA or against a Microsoft, against Grok 4, Grok 5 from X. Is it really worth it to go and try and find yourself a little company, especially if you are just in the computer science area?
So reportedly another 9,000 people being let go from Microsoft. That's 15,000 in 60 days. What's going on? It's a $3 trillion company making record profits every quarter, and really paying their top exec staff quite a bit of money. It seems like you could use some of that money and keep some employees around. I understand getting rid of low performers, but layoffs are historically high performers, to be honest with you. People that have been around for a decent amount of time, that do a lot of work for the company. I know personally teams that I've worked with, that I was on, have really been struggling since the 6,000 person layoff, and it's just going to get worse with this layoff. So hopefully Microsoft, figures it out and corrects course, but I think you're going to see a lot more of this going forward.
Sure, that's what I'm saying as well. I wouldn't put it past them to just like 20th of December. Let everybody know. Sorry, mate. Here's your Christmas bonus. Take your shit. Not coming back. New Year. This is not going to stop. It's not as if this is this massive wave and then it's going to stop. Don't just want to be doom and gloom, but I mean, people have to open their eyes to reality. Because it is there, it's coming.
Microsoft has now canceled the Xbox games after it's laid off more than 15,000 people in the last 2 months. Now, in May, they laid off 6,000 people. And just yesterday here, at the start of July, they laid off another 9,000. Now, what did these people get for some of them 10, 15 plus years of service in this?
Long term.
They got a 60-day paid severance. So 2 months in a job market that it traditionally takes 4 to 5 months to get a new job in after working at this employer for 10 to 15 years.
Just let me stop you there. That is, if the whole market is hiring, then maybe it might take you 3 or 4 months to find a new job. But this is like the whole ocean is going down. The whole tech market is going down. So it is not just going to take you 3 or 4 months to find another job. And what did they do? Severance pay. Oh, 2 months. There you go. Cheers.
And if this does not show you and tell you that you always need to be leveling up your skills, side hustling, that you need to be building your personal brand, that you need to be building your network on
Start
LinkedIn, you
YouTube.
going to webinars and conferences in order to make connections in your industry, so that if one company starts to act stupid, you can bounce over to another company that has its stuff together. Now, Microsoft has about Microsoft.
That is why I'm starting this kind of thing. So you can also come to YouTube, create your own channel. Let me know. I will follow you. Let's build a community. Start to do something. Go onto TikToks. I see there's many people on TikTok. Apparently they're making quite a lot of money on TikTok as well. I'm not a TikTok kind of person. I don't want to jump up and down for shorts. I like talking shit on YouTube and the longer forms. But I promise you, you start your channel, you comment on my channel, I will start to follow you, I promise you. We can really build a community. In any case, back to Microsoft. People, this is happening. It is happening for all of us. And let's look at the last one. In the previous one, in here, they were still almost decent. Quotations. Like give you 2 months severance and, sort out your shit.
Immediately with no severance pay. This is insane. So Microsoft has initiated a wave of performance-based job cuts, with affected employees losing their jobs effective immediately and receiving no severance packages, according to termination letters sent to staff. The termination letters obtained by Business Insider state that the employees are being let go because their job performance has not met minimum performance standards and expectations. Impacted workers face immediate removal of access to Microsoft systems, accounts, and buildings.
Severance.
Now, in a particularly strict measure, the company is discontinuing healthcare, prescription, and dental benefits for employees on their final days of work. That's terrible. 3 terminated employees confirmed that they would not receive severance payments, underscoring the company's more stringent approach to performance management. Microsoft went on to say, "You are all relieved of job duties effective immediately." In the termination letters,
Holy
employees were to
shit.
return all company property, including car keys, corporate American Express cards, and any Microsoft hardware or software in their possession. The letters also warned that the future employment applications to Microsoft will be evaluated considering past performance and basis of termination, potentially affecting former employees' chances of returning to the company. Now, a Microsoft spokesperson defended the company's actions, stating, "At Microsoft, we focus on high-performance talent. We are always working on helping people learn and grow. When people are not performing, we take the appropriate action." Yeah, so
Yeah, they're like robots. They're like robots. I've seen clips on TikTok. I mean, it sounds like it's an AI that is firing this person. There's not even human resources anymore.
We take away their severance, we take away their healthcare, everything. The performance-based cuts are occurring alongside separate layoffs across multiple divisions, including security, experiences and devices, sales, and gaming. However, the company maintains that these performance-related terminations may not significantly impact overall headcount, as Microsoft often backfills these positions. Well, isn't that nice?
What
The
does that
company, which
mean?
employed approximately 228,000 full-time workers as of June, requires terminated employees to permanently delete any company materials stored on personal devices and uphold their Microsoft employee agreement regarding the protection of confidential information after employment ends. Thanks, Microsoft. I'm sorry, but these have to be the worst layoff terms I've ever seen in the history of layoffs. And like Microsoft doesn't have the money to give these poor people some severance.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Microsoft
Fuck. Huh? And then they'll just rehire new people. You have now like 10, 15 years experience. They lay you off. At the end of the year, they do their financial statements, taxes, losses. They can write off the losses, and then they hire a new guy fresh out of university or out of college, and the cycle will just continue to go. I honestly believe, on top of I believe AI is this massive thing, but close to number one, and this is my belief, it's all about shareholder value that they must have. Companies cannot survive showing 6 months or 9 months of losses on the stock market. They cannot. And that is why that CEO, COO, Chief Operating Officers, that's why those guys get those massive millions upon millions of dollar packages, stock options, those kind of things. They couldn't give a flying fuck about the new tech that was appointed like 6 months ago. Whoa, guys, stay safe. As I say, I don't know what the answer is, but one solution that I can tell you is we can all try and create YouTube channels. Come on over, man. Huh? Alright, people. Stay safe. See you on the next one, eh? Cheerio.